All right, so I was lost in the sauce, but now I'm found. Today we gonna talk some Boruto. I got my niggas here. Say what up.
What's
What's
up?
going
What's
on,
up?
man?
Going on.
All right, so like the most recent chapter of Boruto, we can see that they starting to go off on like a different tangent. They starting to become their own. So like, I want to go ahead and do this stream like before it even get popping, so we can go ahead and goddamn talk our predictions and what we liked about it so far, and like different things they may have noticed in the story or whatever. So Wallow, you brought to my attention something that I didn't notice at first, and so I just want you to come on and explain that shit. Like, so
Yeah, man. Basically, man, a lot of people don't even notice that this this whole curse mark thing that we're seeing with Boruto, it's not as ordinary as people will think. Like if you look at it, all the ones on the board that we see them looking at and going over is
mhm.
on their whole arm and body. That's what we see.
And you're
It's
talking
not just
about
like a
Boruto and Kawaki, right?
Yeah, Boruto and Kawaki. It ain't. It's not just one symbol and or different ones.
Mhm.
It's a base of like they come in stages is what I'm guessing. So my theory is like that it's a stage process. So with each one you gain another set of power or something.
All right, cool. And what I'm about to do, I'm about to screen share the panels that who posted it.
Me.
Okay, I'm about to go to the chat. It was in manga chat, right?
Yeah.
All right. So first off, let's just go ahead and
My
put this.
dog Saul said he official out here.
Nah, my shit still whack. I need some new fucking technology because my shit whack as hell.
Hey, no, that's how you grow with your channel, dog.
Mhm. See,
Part of the
there go the
process.
symbols right there. So you said these symbols right here, and that what's the name of this group again? Kara or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Kata, I believe.
All right, Kara or whatever. So these are symbols we got right here, and then and like the original guide-in, it had a picture of Kawaki and Boruto. So here's Kawaki or whatever, and we can see out going down his arm and up his eye or whatever. And now that you said something, I can really like see it because we can see starting from his hand up his shoulder. That's like three different symbols right there.
Yep.
Or
And then you see the little piece on his chest.
yeah.
That's the same one as one of the other ones on the board as well.
I think number
So
4, the one
one
on the
of them there.
bottom right.
Let's see here. Let's go. We're gonna go back and forth and compare. So what else do y'all like about Boruto as of right now?
Hold up. Oh man, I like how they're showing that he's a prodigy, but at the same time he still has limits. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because we see that he's ultimately smart when it comes to learning and applying himself. Like book smart, he doesn't try that hard, but he's already smart. When it comes to fighting, he doesn't try that hard, but he's bumping. Like if he really start putting forth effort,
Yeah.
like the same type of effort that Naruto had to put forth to become good,
Hmm.
then he'll be a monster.
Yeah, man. Because I've said this plenty on plenty of occasions. Like at the current age he is, when Naruto was that same age, Boruto would beat the fuck out of Naruto, like easily. Straight up, like the
That's
way
true.
he
True.
used his shadow clones way better than Naruto. Even though he has more of a limit, he uses it way better than Naruto did. Like he's way more versatile with that shit.
That I want to explain one move that I seen him do that it showed me how good of a person he is with them shadow clones. Like you remember how Naruto would really just throw, he would grab his arm of the other shadow clone to throw it and propel it forward.
Yeah.
Like I seen Boruto do it like midair. He made a shadow clone and he matched his feet up, like lined them up perfectly against the shadow clone, and pushed off and had him kick too. So it's like he's propelling himself. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, that's beast.
This nigga
I was
cold.
like,
This nigga
it
cold.
looks so
He
clean.
does use it better, but they kind of highlighted that in Naruto and Boruto, the way their upbringing was, it's different. Naruto didn't really have that
Yeah,
kind of mentor to train him, and especially in the anime, they kind of show that Boruto also trains with his Hyuga family just as much as he does under Kohanamaru.
Mhm.
It shows he
Yeah,
has that.
which is raw as hell to me.
Yeah, he has that upbringing.
So do y'all guys think that he'll ever get Byakugan?
Yeah,
I think he would. If he
matter of fact,
doesn't,
he might not. Go ahead.
no, go on.
No, I was gonna say if he doesn't, I think someone close to him is gonna get killed, and he's gonna take one of the eyes and just replace his typical Naruto or that type of shonen world that they built, taking eyes and switching them.
But I always thought of it as like as soon as Boruto was introduced and I seen that he could do that vanishing Rasengan, the first thing I thought was if this nigga get fucking Byakugan, he gonna be the GOAT. Cause imagine if he can like spam Rasengans. Cause remember his Rasengans fly too. Like he don't gotta keep it at his hand like Naruto do. So imagine if he spam that shit and he uses his Byakugan and he the only one on the battlefield who can see them shits. Like, come on, man, that should be so.
Not even
dope.
that. Like, if he could use his Rasengan to target your chakra points, fam, come on, man.
Oh shit!
No, think
of smaller ones too. Like he don't make the real big ones, so we can focus on them shit. You know.
Think about this. If he gets that, remember he already knows Rasengan. Now, if he learns rotation, that's similar to a Rasengan, but on a bigger field.
It's like a body Rasengan, nigga. Like
you feel?
Wait. So, how do you think this Kawaki guy comes about? Like, where does he?
I don't know. I think he's like. I think he's gonna be like a. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of bring him in on his own, and they kind of train him to be like this sort of like prophet for them until Boruto shows up.
Winter, what's your thoughts?
A thing where Boruto somehow may leave the village or may be coerced to join this group any day. He'll probably meet Kawaki then. I think they'll both be targeted by the group and maybe train together there and have that kind of maybe that friendship turn into rivalry.
Yeah.
Because they always do that in Naruto and these type of shows.
Yeah, because you know how it goes. Like they when it comes to these type of organizations, they recruit. So these are people who they're probably looking for. They're looking for people who got these symbols because they're gonna try to bring them together and try to have some world domination form team. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Similar to like Akatsuki, but they're called Kara. Or
yeah, but
I don't know how they want to pronounce it.
Yeah,
you notice how they said that that these curse marks, they're nothing like Orochimaru's curse marks. So basically, just by them saying that, that means that leaves them a whole bunch of open space to do anything they want to do with it. You know, to make it its own unique thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, stronger than Tail Beast. It could be anything.
Didn't they state that Orochimaru got the curse marks by playing with Jugo's blood and his body, and Jugo's clan was messing with what they call it, natural energy, the sage energy.
Yeah.
So if these are another level compared to that, I don't know what they're going to introduce, but maybe it would allow them to be perfect sages in some type of way without looking like an animal or having a certain maybe frog chakra or snail and dragon and snake or whatever they showed.
Because we also got to think about it. Like when it comes down to the it's so much different forms of chakra that we still probably haven't even seen. You know what I'm saying? Because I always said that there was another nation. Like we've been stuck basically revolving around the Fire Nation, but you got you got Earth, you got the wind, and you got the rain or something like the water. Water Nation.
Speaking about that, that made me remember that movie, that Naruto movie when he had to go fight this dude. Like he had the other dude, he had like a knight armor type shit. His name was like Temujin or some shit, and like it was in a whole different area that they'd never even explored before. You know, like that just brings in that like we've so far in Naruto series we've only like seen like the hidden leaf sand and all that shit. Like imagine if like there has to be like an entire fucking other continent like with people because
true.
So far we just seen one continent. Remember they're on a planet, so there has to be way more different people out there. And just the fact that they introduced samurai in Naruto, that means there's a possibility of all type of like different other type of fighters.
Didn't they mention that before, though?
Yeah, about an entire fucking.
They mentioned that with what do you call it, Rock Lee, with his drunken taijutsu in the States from a faraway land.
Yeah.
Want to know what's crazy? Naruto's been world building for years, and we just didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah,
I mean, we know that.
It was there, but like it's been like it's always hinted at there's something bigger. They're just having conflicts here, but there's something bigger. There's something bigger hidden that we haven't seen yet. It's always been hinted at that, but we never really thought about it because we were always invested in what's happening like right in our vicinity, right what was going on, the fights between Akatsuki and shit like that. Those were the things that were important at the moment. But now all that shit's gone. What else is there? The world that we've never seen before. And then what we're gonna find out, that nigga Kawaki's probably some nigga from a different village, from a different like continent altogether. Just came around and be like, hey, y'all were being stupid, so I'm here to probably fuck your shit up.
Okay. Well, check this out though. How do you think? Cause we know that Naruto and Sasuke are some strong motherfuckers. They pretty much god tier in the fucking universe. Like,
yeah, for sure.
With them being that strong, how do you think future villains are gonna be like impactful? You know, cause we know that motherfuckers can like basically disintegrate a fucking.
I don't think it'll be raw strength. I think it'll be some sort of like trapping jutsu, because if they beat them with raw strength, it's kind of bullshit.
Like I said earlier, the nine-tailed fox was the strongest tailed beast out of all of them. Combined, all the other 8 combined, he was still stronger. But the thing is, they were still able to trap it. They were still able to control it. How? With sealing jutsus. Sealing jutsus are still strong as fuck. Like there's people, like there are literally like clans that specialize in that shit that can trap anything. That's the same thing with like how they were able to trap the
yeah, but these motherfuckers got the sage's chakra in there, like, and then like.
Yeah, but that still don't mean that these niggas can't be trapped.
But I think they're gonna do a kind of cop out. Like if you've seen the anime now, it's covering them manga chapters where Sasuke meets that other Shin and all of that stuff, and even showed there Naruto already regressed in. That's the kind of cop out they're gonna do. We're not gonna surpass them as they were. Yeah, we're not gonna surpass them as they was in the Ninja War. They're gonna make them weaker and regress.
Like I said, bro, back then that was like their peak. Now they're starting to get lazy. They're starting to get.
But the interesting thing is they showed Boruto got his first dot on his palm by that alien.
During the Boruto movie, yeah, I like that.
Be a god, you get that, and they showed in a manga. So that means these curse marks are something to do with Kyuga's people. Yeah. Just like Boruto's eye was shown in a movie to do with the other level of the Byakugan and the perfect Byakugan, or the Tensai gun or something like that.
But just think about that. Kaguya was like a big figure in like considered on their continent. That's a continent, and then like her people revolted against her. She was like a monarch in her continent. Like that's exactly like what I was saying. Like there's a hidden hand somewhere that like somebody else was thinking, oh, this bitch is getting too powerful. Let's have the people revolt so that she can lose her power. Like that's I can see something like that being like there was a hidden hand, and that was the reason why. Oh yeah, Kaguya
sort of like
lost.
The shadow with Madara.
Yeah. There was like there was even more of a hidden hand in Madara that was like out there trying to take control of things, that were trying to take something from them. Because like I mean, Kaguya, she was broken. Her powers were broken, but just think about that. She was naive. Like the things that she was doing was easy to manipulate. So you just take a smart ass nigga to be like, I can't beat her straight up. What am I gonna do? Get the people to do it for me.
She's dumb.
Yeah. Just think about that. She had to have that black Zensu fucking tell her to do everything, bro. She didn't do shit herself. It was just all the black Zensu telling her, oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to handle them like this. This is how they were doing things. She needed all the help. But like, if she was a strong character in herself, like by herself and smart too, Naruto and Sasuke weren't able to fuck with her, bro. Yeah,
but
she was literally changing dimensions, bro.
That shit. But
of course, if it would just ended with Madara just like that, and we would have been like, oh, that's lit as fuck. It would have been ended with Madara. And then they introduced Kaguya like later on as like a different villain that Madara wasn't prepared for. Like she came in and took control of him, and she was the reason why he was doing everything that he was doing, and he just never knew it.
Yeah,
that would have made Naruto even more lit. It would have been like, bro, there's another arc of another villain, and then it would establish Kaguya as more of a villain than what she was showing. Make her more powerful, make her more like intelligent. would have made Naruto even better ending. It made it even better. But they didn't do any of that. They just straight threw her in there, and we were like, "What the fuck? Who is this bitch?"
It's just, I didn't like the way they did that, but CGK he said something about Kara. I was trying to let him into the stream. He just ain't joined yet. Anyway, he said that Kara wants to bridge the gap between Earth and Kaguya's realm.
So what does that mean by her realm though?
Yeah, because you know she exists on like a whole different plane, just like with them two niggas that fought Naruto and Sasuke in the movie. Yeah, like the Osukis, they live on a whole different plane, you know.
Yeah, like how they weren't even able to really touch her unless they used the curse marks and stuff.
Yeah,
they used the like the symbols that were on their hands and shit.
I remember reading something about one of the, I think it was one of the animations on the anime. They were saying,
hey,
hold up. One of the anime they were saying that Boruto's eye, it's not the Byakugan and it's not the Tensei gun. It's something else, and it is to do with that dimension of the Otsukis and whatnot.
Yeah. Was CGK explain that shit? What you just not said in the chat, bro?
Yeah, so like if you read the novels and like all the side stories and shit, they go more in depth into like what happened with Kaguya's people, because basically it was Kaguya wasn't supposed to ever go to Earth. Like she kind of just got like into a battle with her like relatives, and then she got exiled, and then she got sent to Earth, and that's when she brought the fruit with her and like spawned the tree. And if you guys watched like the canon filler, like for the backstory of Kaguya and Asura and all of them, were get married, had the kid, right, which was Hagoromo and his brother, and then once they beat Kaguya, her brother, or sorry, not her brother, Hagoromo's brother was sent to the moon to protect the Earth realm of the Narutoverse from Kaguya's realm, because what they do is they go from planet to planet and they spawn a tree, which was that tree that you saw, and then they basically suck up all the chakra and they eat it, which is like in the Boruto movie. If you watch how like he ate the other Kaguya member, right, that was Ski member, and then like they combine, like they basically do that as they live off that shit pretty much is the tree of life. So it's like immortality is what it gives you. And so basically right now is what we see in the Boruto, if you look at the actual anime, Boruto meets in his dreams, I can't think of his name, but one of the Otsuki members that was
that short god nigga.
Yeah,
the one that gets the Tensai gun. I can't remember his name. What would you say?
I'm trying to think of his name, but fuck it.
Yeah, but
wasn't it Hamura? Wasn't it? I think his brother.
Yeah, Hamura. Yeah. Well, it was I can't remember if Hamura was Hagoromo's brother.
Hamura. I think that was the sage's brother, but I think he was the first one that had the eye, not the one that tried to. I think it was Toneri or something.
Toneri, yeah, that's who it is. Toneri Otsuki. Yeah, so right now he's the one that's protecting in his dad's place the realm of the verse, and that's why like the whole like light eye that we see, right? That's why Boruto meets him and like he's like, okay, now you're gonna be the one protecting it, as in like we're passing it down to you. Which could be where the story ends, and Boruto, as he goes into the moon, protects it since he's like protecting the verse. And then if you look at the last chapter, we see all the car members like drawings of the hand signs, like the symbols for like the organization, and one of them was Kawaki, the guy at the very very beginning of the Boruto, like when he's a teenager and he has a scar. Like that dude has the hand sign, and Boruto has the hand sign.
No. We was talking about this early on. Literally, Kawaki has about 4 of them on his body.
Right, but when we see on his hand, he has one specific one, and then Boruto has the other one. Kawaki has probably like the darkness eye, and Boruto probably has the light eye, because Toneri specifically mentions that his mark was related to the light eye. And then
the color on the fist.
So if you go watch the Boruto, when they meet Toneri in his dreams, he mentions how Boruto has the light eye. Like he's like glad that he had the light eye, aka like you don't have the darkness eye, so you're here to like save us.
Okay.
And so my guess is like, because there was a bunch of theories when that shit first came out, like, oh, like, that's a clone of Naruto and Sasuke, which could still kind of be true to a point. Like it wouldn't surprise me. And so like I could see like the organization like kind of resurrecting whatever this person is, Kawaki, whether it be all of them combined, whether it be Naruto and Sasuke's clone, but they're trying to give them all the symbols kind of like Madara is trying to do, which is like get all like the different like techniques, like getting Hashirama cells, getting the Rinnegan, all the other shit. So I think these new symbols are going to be the new eye powers.
Do you think when Naruto and Sasuke, when they got those symbols on their hands that they were able to use to defeat Kaguya, do you think that was the exact same thing that we're talking about now? It was just like a weaker version in the fact that Hagoromo, the fucking the sage of sixth path. Yeah, he was the fact that he learned everything that he could from like Kaguya, and he was his son and shit. But like he wasn't able to like completely copy everything, so he got like a literal a dumbed down version kind of, but not like in that sense. A dumbed down version of that same jutsu that he was able to use to defeat her, basically, maybe.
I think it's something like that. Like I think it's something where they just couldn't get the full power because they weren't of like full blood, like they were half human. And like when we look at like all the other people in the verse that like get these kind of like cursed powers and shit like that, like it's almost like they're trying to be that full version, because the only person we see successfully get it, or the two people I should say, are Madara when he goes like gets like the white skin, right, and becomes like an Utsuki looking member, and then we see Obito kind of get it, but Obito's was like kind of like a failed version of it because he never got the third eye, whereas Madara got the third eye.
One interesting thing to mention is while Boruto and Kawaki have the exact same curse marks on their body, they all have all of them on Boruto's fist is always lighter and glowing blue compared to the one that's
red,
black. Yeah, it's the exact same.
Just think about this,
his
man.
fist is blue.
Think about this, man. We thought Naruto's ending was trash, and we thought Kaguya was trash. But like, if this is true, and everything that we're talking about ends up being true, doesn't that just make Boruto that much of a better series? Then it just like improves, like the fact it makes Naruto look dumb.
It's closure.
It makes the Naruto. Yeah, it adds the closure that we weren't expecting to get. We were expecting that to be the end of it, and we just be like, "What the fuck?" And then it'll be a new start with Boruto and a new story. But it ends up being the fact that we get everything. We get like stuff that happened at the end of the war was actually more significant than we even realized. That would make it so much better. That would make it even cooler. Be like, so basically, if you watch Naruto, you go right into Boruto. You didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss nothing.
Yeah. What's it called? I agree. Yeah, I agree with how he's saying with the light, because his is blue is a reason his is blue and Kawaki's is black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kawaki probably lost something that made him go to the dark side of it. To me they probably have a choice to choose which side they want to be on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it depends on where their heart is.
But theirs is actually both black, but when you activate it, turns into their respective colors, which is Kwaki's turns into red, and then Boruto's turns into blue. If you go look, I'm looking at it right now. It starts off black, but once they actually like get ready to fight, his turns red, and then Boruto, once he picks up his shit and ties it around his head, it turns into blue. So I think that's like when you activate it, it turns into your colors. And like they have the same exact symbol, but it's just different. I think it's just they're trying to do like the whole like Sasuke
Light,
to Naruto,
light
kind of
darkness
thing.
Type shit.
Yeah.
But to me, I think Boruto gonna go off into a tangent. Like it's gonna have this, because it was basically showing us that there's more of those what I don't even know what to call them, the Kaguya people.
Utsuki's.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the I'm talking about them. It's a whole bunch more of them out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And once they see it, they're gonna start coming.
That's why I was saying that
like,
there's possibly a hidden hand in the back that we never realized was always there in Naruto that was facilitating everything Kaguya was doing.
Well, I think they realized that Kaguya failed, and then they came to take over. Because when Momosuke and then I can't remember the other dude's name show up, they talk specifically how she failed her mission, as well as how she was very weak. Which, when you look at her, like Naruto and like Sasuke, like full strength were gonna beat her. So
question: when we start to see more Otsutsuki, do you think they're gonna be evil or good or what? Because right now, I don't really understand their motives, because just like you said, they said that Kaguya failed.
I think there's a massive battle.
Theory that that Boruto may be like the new protector of the realm, so they don't necessarily sound evil to me, you know.
You think go back when you go back and read like her intentions and the thing that she was trying to do,
Oh,
she's
so
trying
you
to
got you
build
got
an
you got
army.
quiet, bro. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, my bad. It's like she was trying to build an army. Like that's what they were saying. Like her goal was to like have an army with her. And then you think about it, like what does she need an army for? And then you find out, oh, she failed her mission. She was like, what? So she was supposed to get an army for these niggas. And these niggas, what are they gonna use the army for? You find out maybe there's like I was saying, man, it feels like there's a massive battle that we're missing. There's something that's coming that we're missing.
Well, she was supposed to basically just get the planet ready for them. That's all it was supposed to be for them. So the only good, in a sense, Otsuki members there are Kaguya's kids, but then the evil ones are literally the rest of the clan, from as far as we know, because from what we see so far is Kaguya, Momosuke, and then the other dude were all evil, and then they said that there was more of them. So my guess is like this is all they live off of to be immortals. They go from like planet to planet, taking like the Earth
But my
tree,
point, but my
and then
point
eat the fruit.
is, if they got that clan that's from God knows where, Boruto could go into a whole nother world of shit, because it's like if there's one, there might be more.
Yeah. Well, remember the if you watch the anime, right, where they go into that weird like place with that one creature, the chimera looking creature, right?
Yeah.
Because that creature was supposed to be like a kind of pet of sorts of the Otsuki clan. And that, like, if you look at anytime we go into like those type of places, like when we go interdimensional, like they always look roughly the same. They're all like white and like cube shaped and shit like that. So that could even be their planet. Because remember when like they were fighting Kaguya, like they went from like the lava planet to the ice planet and all that different dimensions. But like the main planet that always looks similar on everything, like even like right now where you're looking at the fake Akatsuki in the anime, they're at the same type of place. It's like all cubes. It looks exactly like the Kamiyu location. So my guess is that might be the actual planet right there. Like my guess is the planet's completely probably dead, and they're just going from planet to planet, like killing off all the other planets.
Man,
And remember,
right now, like, by looking at it, like when I'm looking at it, you know, like Doctor Strange.
yeah,
Like everybody be going on with their day-to-day life, but like in the background, like on another planet, there's like this big battle going on. Like that's what I'm looking at it right, like now, right.
That's how it feels, man. That's how it feels.
Like a void dimension.
Yeah.
Some shit is going down that we are going just now finding out and making this a
Shit,
even better.
and you remember what the dude said to him when Boruto realized he got the little thing on his hand in the manga. He was like, "Once you kill a god, you'll never be the same."
Yeah.
And that shit, you'll never be safe no more because they're gonna come for you. And basically telling him, he better be on his P's and Q's from this point forward.
I don't get in the story going forward is like if all the rest of the enemies are roughly gonna be like that Kaguya level shit, like what are all these other kids of the new generation gonna do? Like the only people I can see roughly being relative anymore are the Kages, Naruto, Sasuke, and then like Rock Lee.
And Chocho.
I'm not. Yo, hey, CGK, bro, you tripping, bro. Listen, all right, I'm gonna explain this to you, bro. Like, we already see that these kids are already damn near stronger than their parents.
Right.
The dude is Mitsuki already has Dragon Sage mode. Like, what the hell?
But yeah, no, like people that don't have Sage mode is what I'm saying, like, and they're not top tier physical fighters are useless because we see that like Jutsu doesn't work on these people. And so, like, I'm saying, like, someone like Rock Lee, who can use, like, all the gates and it's, like, OP as shit. And, like, obviously his son, Metal Lee, will be, like, relatively good. But then, like, all these other people, like, say, I don't know. Like, let's say, I'm trying to think of someone. Like, for instance, like, let's say, like, Sai's kid, right? Like, he's not going to be relative at all. Like, he can't do anything.
You got the sauce, bro.
But you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, that's why, like, when the guy fought Madara, like, Madara's like shit. Like I might die.
It wasn't like everybody was able to fight Madara, but it was like Naruto and
Sasuke. I was saying this shit to Winter. I was like, bro, if Naruto had put the chakra, remember how he matched the chakra with everybody?
Right.
If he did that shit with Guy before he did the 8th gate, bro, he would have wrecked Madara instantly.
Facts.
Man, that would have made a great ending, bro. It would have been like my god.
Nah, you know good and well they ain't gonna let Guy be the ender.
What? That'd be lit.
It would have.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
They ain't gonna do that.
He the strongest person in the verse, if you ask me. Like that 8 gate shit, bro. God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you sacrifice your life, but at least you know you win.
Man, no,
nobody really fucks with. Nobody really
have Naruto touch you and you'll survive.
Yeah, God touch.
Which was bullshit. But we talking about Boruto. We ain't talking about that right now. But
hey man,
of
you don't never know.
What's y'all expectations for the children? Like what? Let's say favorites right now. Who y'all favorite children right now?
Outside the main three,
already
should be the strongest by far.
That Sand nigga.
Yeah, it's the Sand nigga for me, bro. It's go Sand nigga, then the dude who getting trained by Killer B with the bubble gum.
You talking about Gaara's adopted kid, right?
That's what I mean. When they say Sand guy, they mean that guy. Gaara's so-called kid.
Yeah, that he the Sand nigga because he got the black sand. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know, I don't know. I have hopes for Boruto as well as Mitsuki. But that Sand guy is looking alright as well.
Hey, Mitsuki is already broken.
I always had something
Dragon
for all the cloud ninjas. Always had something for them.
How are you a dragon sage at like what? 10 years
12?
old? The fuck? The fuck?
Orochimaru perfected.
Man, we gotta put some respect on Cho-Cho, man.
I know. I would say she'll be pretty strong because like the whole butterfly, like they already hint at it because remember her veil around her waist is a butterfly.
Yeah,
bro. If she can use that butterfly technique, bro, that shit was live, bro.
I'm gonna tell you,
her mom's a sword user as well, isn't it?
She already mastered jutsu that Choji struggled at her age. Like she can go full expansion easily. Like it's nothing. Like if you watch the latest chapter, the latest episode of the anime, and you see how when Shin came through and Naruto saved him, whatever. But then Chozo, she came with the giant fish ready to go, no hesitation.
I think the authors of the story.
Yeah, she does it all. She be spamming it.
Yeah, I think the authors of the story. The authors of the story are trying to do a better job of like what they were doing with Naruto, like how they had so many like characters that were interesting that had all these kind of powers, but then like they.
Yo, and I ain't gonna lie, like he was saying that Mitsuki already. This dude is doing lightning jutsu on a high scale. Like this, like he know water jutsu. He's a snake master. He know dragon sage. Like, what the hell is that, bro? Like, but honestly, to me, Sarada is gonna be broken, bro, because she got she got her mom's strength and this what the fuck is it called again?
Sharingan.
Yeah, Sharingan.
Yeah, no, like the thing with her though, like depending on how well they do the story, like she shouldn't be able to get anything past the EMS. Like she shouldn't get EMS at all in the story, so she should go up to Mangekyo, which is still pretty strong. But like, I just want to see how they bridge it.
But here's the thing.
She has to take Sasuke's then.
Hey, but here's the thing.
Or no, she can't do that because it has to be your brother. Sorry, it has to be your brother.
Her mom is Sakura, and Sakura learned from Tsunade the technique to fucking store chakra and all that shit. So imagine if she does that, she gets a little
with the diamond on her head,
and like she unlocks her Sharingan, and she's like, you know what, fuck it, we going all out. Cause the Sharingan exhausts a lot of chakra. But if you got chakra stored up for years and it's really time to go, it's gonna be broken, bro. Straight up, spamming Ijutsu. Fuck it.
So what do you think, TGK? Can't you take somebody's Eternal Mangekyo?
No, it has to.
Somebody else's eye.
It has to be. They say that it has to be your brother or like.
No, not to unlock your own. Like literally, take their Eternal and put it in your own eye.
I mean, that's one of those things where like, I don't think so, but the author's pretty loose with that shit.
The only one we actually seen lose their Eternal was Madara, but he was already a Rinnegan by then.
Hey, check this out. What if Sasuke is about to die and he gives Sarada his Sharingan and Rinnegan, and then that way she can absorb chakra into her little forehead diamond and shit.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. Hey, but one of my possibilities, One of my possibilities is that later down the line, bro, we're gonna see like that he had an offspring with Karen too,
Yeah.
and then she has a sister. You feel me? And then her
Man, it would have
sister
been
dies
so much
somehow.
of a better story if Sasuke did fuck Karin and that was her kid, bro.
That shit was crazy.
Dead ass. I
He
would
knew,
have
he knew,
Nah,
he
you
lied.
can't
knew,
do that to
he
Sakura.
knew he could fuck
Hell
Sakura
no, do
and
that
not
shit to
even
Sakura.
talk to
She's
her,
useless.
and
She's a
he'll
bitch.
still be
Fuck
in the
her.
game. You feel me? Shit, he
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
fucked Kari with that crazy bitch syndrome. He wasn't even trying to fuck with it. But he know he can low key dog Sakura, like he's not dogging her, but at the same time it's like, oh, she gonna do anything. I can hit her with dick anytime I want and go leave for fucking years and not come back. And I'm come back and she still
And
gonna
she
be
ain't
down.
going nowhere.
Word.
Karen finna chase his ass down.
Word. Carry gonna put his ass on child support.
We see Karen. We're gonna see in a few episodes' time, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
No,
see, after.
yo, but that's what I'm saying. Her character is gonna play a intricate role in the story later on too.
Well, she's the
Karen.
only other
Yeah.
Uzumaki that we know
Yeah,
of.
Uzumaki, yeah.
Maybe that's my point. That what I'm telling. I
Something.
guarantee somewhere down the line she's gonna play a part in this.
I think is the fact that she's a what was I thinking? The fact that the Uzumaki clan are good at sealing jutsus. I think she's gonna have to do something regarding that.
I mean, yeah, like
bro,
she has like
I wouldn't be.
What's her name? Kushina has the chains, which are like the top tier sealing.
So
sealing
if we find out that they both like everybody in the clan has a different way of sealing it based on like her Kushina had the chains and then Karin has something else, and then we find out that maybe Naruto even has something himself. That would be cool as fuck.
I don't know if you guys read the data books where it gives like the ranking of like each character's stats now by the author. Like Naruto's like stealing from like pre-time skip when he was like 18 or whatever to like right now it went from like a 1 to like I think it was 4.5 or something like that for his ceiling. So I'm sure he has some new shit.
He did learn the one that he done on his stomach.
All those
tail beasts.
Like some of them come with
the
silicone.
elephant
like
seal.
the one,
especially Gara. Yeah, Gara.
What the 8 telegram and elemental skill? I think Naruto learned a few from Dryer to unlock the chakra.
No, put this over there. Stop putting this up here.
But man, I low key hate the way they did Metal Lee's character. Like he's such a bitch.
In the
I mean, I kind of like because like I feel like when he actually goes serious, like we see how stronger he is. It's kind of
shit going.
they have to nerf him, bro. Like
I don't remember him too tough in the manga, but I know he was in a Chunin arc and he lost to Shinki.
Nah, but you know what I'm thinking.
What's up?
Nah, all I was about to say was that's a big ass character flaw, bro. That I could see him having throughout the whole story, bro. You feel me?
It's like a quirk. It's not something he's gonna like necessarily grow too much on. Like, of course, towards the end of the art, like he's gonna be able to, know a time and a place to be winning. But I feel like he's always gonna be winning.
But to me, you know what I'm hoping they do is put a drunken Lee back in it. Because what's one thing that you get when you drunk? Courage. You feel me? You don't give a damn.
That liquid courage, nigga.
Straight up.
Like I'm thinking about it based on the fact that they're all talented. Like every single one of those kids, they're considered like the most talented that we've ever seen in the series. Like they're all already at like 12 years old. They're like incredibly strong. We can already assume that nigga Metal Lee is probably incredibly talented, but the fact that he doesn't believe in himself yet. Once he starts believing that shit, boy, that kid's gonna be broken as hell, bro.
But remember, they only teased us with that drunken shit, bro. That's why I'm hoping they use it with him, bro.
Oh hell yeah, they bring it right back.
Like
because he deserved it.
Like out of the old generation, like excluding like say like Sasuke, Naruto, and like I mean just those two, I guess. Like out of the like old like Genin, like who do you think were the strongest? Like end of the series.
You're saying right now?
Yeah.
I'm not Kabuto. Shino.
You think Shino is the strongest?
Yes.
Of who?
I'm saying of the old generation right now, like in the after story, like who do you think is strong? I think it's Rock Lee. Like
Rock Lee or Kiba, they're the known joining.
Kiba's dog is like near death though. If you've seen like the side story, that thing was like he couldn't even move.
Actually, Sai is head of the.
Yeah, Sai. Cause Sai, he's still like doing stuff. He's still training and shit.
So you think Sai's being 8 gates, Rock Lee?
Hell
Okay,
no.
no.
Of course not, dude.
Hell no.
There's hardly anyone being 8.
That's my
Boy,
point,
you
though.
are.
Like, even 7
8
gates, Rock Lee, I think, is just like
Hey, but
destroying
imagine
a lot of
how
these people.
Shikamaru's like shadow shit is now. Like, imagine how strong it is. Like, you get caught in that thing.
Yo, 8 Rock Lee over what's his name, Sasuke.
Of course.
I kind of wouldn't be surprised if he.
No, I'm just saying, Chris. The only reason Madara survived was because of the whole like having the ninjutsu thing and healing.
Right.
Yo, Guy wrecked this dude when he had
Guy
the
was-
10-tailed ginger. Like, bro, 8 gates over everything.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Rock Lee's better than that too. That's
Rock Lee literally
Bro,
spams.
dude,
Rock Lee
Guy's
spams
dad,
that,
who was literally water Genny, took on all 7 ninja swordsmen just by having the 8 gates.
they killed both of them too.
Yeah, like, bro, stop.
Hey, bro, the thing is, Rock Lee can spam the fucking the 8 gates techniques. He spams that shit, bro. Like it's nothing.
He's a genius with that, yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Bro, he was doing them shits when we first seen him in the first like fighting arc where they was training.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, bro. Like he went like 4th gate, 5th gate. He went 4th.
What's it for?
I think he
he
went
might
4 or 5.
It was either 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I think he went 5th gate, bro.
Yeah, I think
it was 5th. It was 5th. It was 5th.
Okay.
And I get
As
this
a child, bro, when he fought Gara, bro, I was like, damn.
in his story, like he ends at like only being able to go to 6th gate, and so I'm saying like now that he has 7th gate and most likely 8 gates, like could you imagine?
Dude, he's the best.
I believe he had all the gates, but Guy was like, "Look here, bro.
Yeah, chill out, bro.
Once you get 7, it's the point of no return, son." Like,
Well, no, because he says
Nah.
right before when they're fighting Madara that he doesn't have access to the 7th gate. He says he hates himself for that, and that's why the whole speech about like the leaves falling and the new generation coming. He's like, "Oh, you'll get it eventually." And like if you look at like the fight, like pre time skip, like going back to like original before Shippuden, right? Like they put Minato's personal bodyguard on the duty of watching the kids fights to like make sure no one dies. Like AK, like they put the best like Jonin there. And then now you have Rock Lee who's watching over the fights of these kids. So like
the best Jonin.
Yeah, like Naruto knows like if shit happens.
You're right. You know, you're right.
Yeah.
The fastest one that stops anything from popping off would be Rock Lee.
Yeah. It would be over. It would just
think about that, right? Just think about that, right? That nigga is the fastest character we have seen in the series, bro. As a kid, he was the fastest.
I mean, Naruto's instant.
Man,
Naruto now, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking base. I'm talking base. But like, if you go back, if we talking base and not using any tail shit, the nigga literally takes the weight off and he's broken as fuck. He's already fast as shit. And then he activates the tail, like he activates the 8 gates. He's even faster than that.
No, he was ping ponging that boy Gara.
First guy to hit Gara.
So, Metal Lee's mom, is that 1010?
Yeah, it's 1010. That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's gonna be a monster, bro.
And got infinite weapons.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but they kind of shown not every single one of the youngsters has both parents' things. Like we've seen from Chocho, we don't see her using a sword. Her mother was when her mom was first introduced. Remember, they tried to carve Naruto's head.
I can't remember. That's one thing I've always been trying to figure out, bro. What the hell did his mother or her mother do?
She was a part of that team with the other young.
Nah, I know that that dude had the Black Lightning.
I don't think we got any specifications.
No, she wasn't part of the Black Lightning. She was part of the blonde-haired woman.
Yeah,
the assistant samurai, I think it was. Or
no, I'm saying, the dude who's now the Raikage was part of that team. He had Black Lightning. I'm saying that's what his ability was.
No. These teams were youngsters.
No, yeah. Killer B trained her and Omoy, and then Raikage trained B and C. Or sorry, C and whatever the fuck the other guy's name is.
Okay, it's like this. Her mother's name is Karuai.
Yep.
Karuai was part of Team Samurai. They was not in the same team as the Raikage.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Killer B had Killer B had his people, and then she or Raikage has his own people, and Daryu, right, the guy who uses Black Panther lightning techniques in the Gale style, that's under Raikage, and then the blonde dude was under the Raikage as well. I think his name was C. Because there's C
But I'm
and D.
saying that dude who uses the black lightning is the Raikage right now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a current Raikage.
He was not on Chocho's mom's team.
Yeah.
Chocho's mom is like Naruto's age.
The other guy on Karyu's team was the guy that fought one of the. Yeah, no, it's Omoy, but I'm saying like there was a guy who fought the Seven Swordsmen that had the needle, and then the dude got his sword or the lightning blades, and then he got his sword afterwards once he beat him. And like the mom was said to be stronger than this dude, and she was the leader of the team afterwards, which is why when Raikage was captured, when Killer Bee was captured, the Raikage sent her specifically by herself to go find out what the hell happened. And she's like believed to be like a top tier swordsman. So like I wouldn't be surprised if she had something. But, like if you remember like in the movies and even outside the movies, whenever like Rock Lee would use his like bow staff that would turn into like nunchucks, and like obviously you saw like guy use them, like that was like top tier shit. Like he got even stronger when he did the nunchucks and shit. And like they only use it when they would get serious. And so I'm saying like with 10-10 training him and making it even better, like Metal Lee should be a god.
Yeah. Because Chocho's mom was first introduced when they tried to find out who kidnapped Killer Bee, and his mom done what they call it, cloud style beheading when they tried to take off. I think it was Naruto's head.
Yeah.
But yeah, her and some young one, the young ones, other ones called was it Omoy?
Yep.
They were under Samurai. Samuai's brothers, the other blonde head guy that got sealed up by the gold and silver guys.
Yeah.
Was it Jinkeku and Kinkeku, whatever it was?
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't seen Chocho with a sword, whether it was in the tuning exams or even in academy times. Like,
I mean, but we still like in Naruto, they never really went into her abilities. So basically, it's up in the air. Like,
I think we see that she has a sword and that she's a strong sword. Like most ninjas, like especially in the beginning of the series, they don't have like a specific thing unless you're from like a clan. Right, it's that you're just a straight up ninja. You have everything. You know what I mean? You're just skilled at everything.
Stab him all the time.
I'm pretty sure Metal Lee was commented on like being trained by 10-10. Remember when he was all scared and he couldn't land a fucking shuriken, but then once he got like all like brave or whatever, he landed all the shurikens, and then when he had the darkness thing over him, he started fighting Boruto of them. Yeah.
Hey, question: do y'all ever think Denki is gonna be great?
Who's that?
I don't know. We have not seen him in the manga. So in the anime, they may retcon him inside, but in
the anime.
One thing I have noticed is
you talking about the little kid, bro, with the glasses?
Yeah. In the manga, when they shown the tuning exams, they only really focused on the Sand Trio, the Leaf kids, as well as the Lightning team, the little white dude under Killer Bee. They didn't show any Earth people because they didn't show up, and the water Shinobi, they didn't get far, as well as some few other little small nation. I think it was Grass and Rain, but they only focused mainly on the Sand, the Leaf, and the Lightning. So I think they're gonna just try and focus on them kids there.
That was before too, though. Like, we have to remember that they got different authors now. So like Genki and them didn't exist in that story at all prior. Like they were made specifically to be for the author's use. So like I'm sure he'll have like a huge part. Like I think he's more going to be like the Shikamaru type, to be honest.
What do you mean? He's gonna appear in the manga sooner or later?
Right, but I'm saying like he never existed prior. Like
I know that's what I mean. I'm talking about the manga. Are they gonna bring him in the manga? Are they working together, the anime and the manga team?
Yeah, right now they are.
Okay.
Make Denki great again.
I think the anime and the manga are set like different timelines. Like I think the manga thing's prior to the anime because
the anime, right?
Yeah, because
the anime is showing, but what happened before the
anime times? On the manga, they're just going on for. He's already in his team with Sarada and Mitsu, but I hate the way they draw Sarada in the manga.
Yeah,
why does it look like she's too young for that shit, bro? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're making her all over sexualized and shit.
Exactly.
I'm like, this bitch is literally 12 years old. Stop.
And did you see the line early on? Like, oh, you can buy me a coffee.
and then she got on high.
The clothes ain't enough. They're making her act like a hoe as well. Like,
You heard me? How the hell you a ninja with high heels? Come on, bro.
Same shit with fucking
it's
Tsunade, bro. Tsunade had them high heels, bro.
But Tsunade is a grown woman.
Yeah, that's a grown woman status, bro. That's why I get it, but I don't get it.
And it's like every other ninja you see that was a female, they have a skirt with shorts on.
Actually fight niggas, you know.
Yo.
Until they introduced her again, but she was just chilling for the most part.
No, you know who was epic garbage? The lady who had the curse mark in the forest when
Uncle,
they was
she was amazing.
No, bro.
Man, oh my god.
Uncle amazing.
Damn,
no,
stop.
bro.
They did Uncle.
Wait, what?
They tried her, bro.
Well, I'm saying like now that she's all fat and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
whatever.
saying. They did her so wrong.
Yeah, like, she was strong before, bro. Like,
no, she was super strong.
She was an instructor of the training exams when they went into the Death Force.
Bait, and now they just did her wrong. Like,
I mean, she was a bad bitch, but I mean, it was just like, man, she just turned into just being a bad bitch. That's it.
Yeah, but see, this is my point. From that point on, with the training exam, like they didn't even give her no shine, bro. Like,
never, you know, the only thing.
Tried her character, bro. Like she
garbage. Real bad, bro. They didn't have to do Uncle like that.
Yo,
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see.
Got Orochimaru.
Yeah, she was.
I'm waiting to see what's his name,
I'm about to kill you, Orochimaru. Like you can't do anything.
Orochimaru did what? What happened next?
No, I know.
Okay. You know,
I'm just saying.
Bro. I wanna see what's his name, daughter, bro. What's the Azuma? I want to see his daughter, bro.
Oh,
Asuma?
Yeah, bro. His daughter look like she's bumping.
Shikamaru specifically.
But dog, she's a child and she's still going on missions by herself and shit like that, bro. Like,
I thought she's under Kakashi and Guy right now. Like they're specifically taking over the position of like training her and helping her alongside Shikamaru. Because when they go to the hot springs, she goes with them.
Hey, so Mitsuki is an experiment from Orochimaru with his cells, right?
Who?
Mitsuki.
Yeah, it's perfected.
Yeah. And then it was after like 50 times or some shit like that. Like he finally fucking became who he was.
Okay.
Like in the anime right now, they even mention somewhere along the line, I forgot which episode it was, but they mentioned I think it was during the Chimera fight, they mentioned that he was there, like the older Mitsuki was like in the story, so they might even have more of a purpose for him as well. Okay. And he was pretty decently strong too as well.
Okay, so I that just explains why he's so broken.
Yeah.
So if you are a perfect experiment, you're supposed to be broken.
Yeah. Like he had the Imperial dragons and everything. Like he was above Kabuto.
I didn't bring it up earlier, but what if Kieran has a jit with either the dude from the Mist or Jugo?
You sound with Sugetsu.
If anything, it'll be Sugetsu.
Yeah.
Jugo ain't getting no pussy.
Yeah. He's still
I ain't gonna lie.
He's waiting for Sasuke to come home.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That Suigetsu, bro, he was raw as hell to me, bro.
Honestly,
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, they could have done so much better with like those characters. Like at one point in time, I thought like, okay, if Sasuke goes and like brings his team, like they're gonna fight like Rock Lee's gonna fight Sugetsu and like Jugo's gonna fight like Choji or something like that. But then they didn't really do the main justice, except for Jugo did fight the Rock. Okay, a little bit.
Brought them niggas. Suigetsu was gonna wreck. He was gonna wreck some niggas.
Nah, Rock Lee would.
Hey, didn't he say he was collecting the swords, bro? Because we know
his brother,
the Kage for the for the Water Village still got his sword.
Yeah, I mean, I think he gave up on that to be honest, but because his brother, Hugetsu, was the original team leader of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist.
Yeah.
That's where he got the water gun technique from. That was like
he got Zabuza's sword, so he feel good already.
Yeah.
Hey man, but I'm saying, bro, why they have to do my man Neji and kill that nigga, bro?
No, there was
fuck Neji.
So do we think
Neji? Nigga, shut your mouth, nigga. Neji was the GOAT, bro. Neji was a savage when he was fighting that spider nigga.
Savage, but he was still a prick. I didn't give a fuck about.
I mean, he was a prick from the jump, bro. But like, you understand, like he became better. He was like
he was a prick. I ain't like that.
Hey, character progression.
If he was still in the story, I'd been so sick to see him train like Himawari, but I'm pretty sure Hanabi's gonna do it.
Yes, bro. Just think, bro. Just think Boruto learning like how to fight in terms
from
of like
Uncle Neji. Then
yes, bro. Oh my god. It would been like he would have Himari learn from Himari would have learned from Neji, right?
Hey man, Himawari gonna be the GOAT.
Oh, for sure. Like I think she's gonna be above like a lot of the other people on the like new
can already do Byakugan, bro.
She one shot Naruto, bro. And
she one shot Naruto. How is that even possible?
Because she's
no, dude, she's his daughter. She's a fucking GOAT too. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
But as we see, she got more of the Hyuga side anyway.
I mean, Hugo piece. If she somehow gets like a different form of an eye,
she got most of her feminine qualities from that, you know, from her mama. So makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And Hinata the beast too. So.
Dog, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel bad for my dog Shikamaru, bro. He got the most cutthroat girl. That bitch. Oh, she beast.
Hey, I mean, she was still bad, but like she kind of.
Man,
she cutthroat as hell.
Probably break her ass down in the bedroom, nigga.
Shadow clone or shadow hold down jutsu.
They were doing the shadow possession bondage and shit.
Oh my god!
Yeah, man, we want to talk all that shit, man.
Let's do it, vivid, bro. Let's keep this PG.
Come here, girl.
PG my ass, bro. That nigga should have tear ass up, bro. Talk about
that nut on your face and say, "Bitch, it was a drag."
Shit, hey, but one thing I'm happy about, bro, because they basically wiped out the whole of the Uchihas and shit like that. That they're focusing more on the Byakugan side because they still there,
Bruh, because they kept on saying that it was better than the Sharingan. And
they said that shit for years, bruh.
We see all the shit that the Sharingan can do.
Yeah, and then the whole Naruto, we was like, it's like, who the hell lied?
Word.
You know, this shit looks like, bruh, I ain't seen no, like, the only thing but to me, it was always my favorite. 360 defense, basically, bro. You got the smallest blind spot in the world.
And the fact that you can already like fuck niggas up, even if they know you're blind side, you can still fucking nigga up.
Imagine how much of a beast Neji's dad was if he didn't die, man.
Yeah, yeah, he was pretty much a monster.
And just think how much of a beast Neji is, bro. He's still that dude. Somebody found out the weakness of it mid-fight. He had a complete disadvantage. Was on his deathbed and still wrecked that nigga, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, that spider nigga was shrill.
The one thing that's interesting, I can't say it. One thing's gonna be interesting. There you go, fucking god. It's gonna be if they use Himawari to like redo kind of like how Hanabi got captured by Tonari. If they do that with the other Kaguya members, because like technically she should be able to get Tenseigan by just having it in her eyes, to be honest. But it's gonna be interesting. Like the other members try to like kidnap her, like they did with Tonari, with Hanabi, because she's the only other like Hyuga outside of Hanabi and Hinata that can get captured and get the Tenseigan.
Man, ain't nobody would have gotten captured if Neji was there, bro. What I'm hoping is that the anime, when it gets to the competition, the Genin competition, or to move on to the next level, I hope they go more in depth with the fight scenes between the villages.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like it's because like all the villages for the most part, like they're all like combined now in the sense of like they're all like
peace right now.
They've got like trains running from each other and shit like that, and
they do as well. That's funny.
But they got like all this technology and shit like that. And the one thing that I know like they're trying to like talk about more so is like the people. Like if you saw the side story with Shikamaru, like the people from the war that basically like said fuck the war and like we're out, and they made their own village. And then outside of that, we don't really have like confirmation of like any other like enemy forces really outside the Otsuki clan. So I'm interested to see what they really do. Like, because Kara right now is the only enemy.
Where was that covered again? Where was that covered? The Shikamaru's sneaking into the village.
It was in a novel that the author had someone write for him. But it's all
canon of it.
Yeah, they made like a side story before the last episode of Naruto, which was before the wedding.
I remember seeing that, but I forgot where I saw it.
Yeah, they had that. The Itachi one was canon, and then the Gar and Kakashi ones were canon.
Oh yeah. They done the 5 side stories before the wedding.
I love Kakashi's new name, fucking of the Purple Lightning.
The what?
His new name instead of the Sharingan, obviously, is Kakashi the Purple Lightning, because he still has the Sage Mode Lightning.
Sharingan, bro.
That was the biggest ass pull at the end where he's about to die and a ghost gives him the Sharingan.
Nah, that made perfect sense.
Now stop it, Dan. Stop.
Wait, what?
Dan,
literally
hold on,
bro.
Explain, Dan.
Okay, look. We saw Obito's initial. No, what do you mean, bro? We saw Obito's initial power, right? Was to go back and forth between dimensions, and at first he only had access to his specific dimension, right? Yeah. Like he couldn't go anywhere else with it, right? Then as soon as we see Kaguya get introduced and Kaguya starts teleporting them all to different dimensions, they specifically say, okay, you can take, what's it called? That he specifically can capitalize off that, right? That he'd be able to basically go into her dimension because once he has access. So the whole thing for Death, once he died, was he treated it like a whole nother dimension. And because of that, he was able to come back to the living dimension.
And technically
nice story, but no.
And technically,
that's how they explained it.
Yeah, and like if you remember when Kakashi died, right, with the pain arc, like he met his dad, but his dad never ever crossed over yet. Neither did Kakashi. So that's the same with Ren. That's why I told Ren he can't go to the other side yet because he has to go back to do that. So it's like he was in between life and death.
But he gave him a physical eye.
And like
he gave them a physical eye for a few
Sakura said to be like,
if anything, he could have just pulled his eye out, gave it to Kakashi, then died.
Who took the eye from Kakashi?
But I mean, there was no reason for him to even die in the first place.
Was it Zetsu that took the eye from Kakashi?
Wait, what?
Was it Zetsu that took the eye from Kakashi?
Oh, that was Madara did that himself. Yeah, Madara just walked over the fucking thing and grabbed her from Sakura.
I think I'm about to end the stream though. It was good talking with y'all. I'm gonna give the anime and manga a couple of chapters to build up, then we can do this again.
Okay. Next time, let's play the Naruto Storm 4. What we're doing?
Oh, while we're playing.
No. I'm not playing another game with you while I'm streaming. Last time. I'm over here trying to play the game and talk at the same time. If I start talking, I start getting my ass whooped.
That's either way.
It's like I'm just sitting on the screen, just my face. Like, nah.
I know it's once that Boruto Striker comes out, man.
Dude, that's
44.
Boruto Strikers. I see you on there and beat your ass.
Okay.
But until then, goddamn, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Appreciate y'all coming through. Like and comment if y'all like we had something to say. We missed something. That's all good. So I got out.